everyone, and welcome to the Small Talk podcast. My name is Emily, and I'm so excited about today's episode. We're going to talk about something that many English learners struggle with every single day.
Hey everyone, I'm Robert. Emily is right. This is such an important topic. Today, we're discussing why you should stop translating in your head when you speak English.
That's exactly right. So many learners tell us they translate every word from their native language to English before they speak. And honestly, this habit slows you down and makes you feel uncomfortable.
I completely understand. When I was learning Spanish, I did the same thing. I would think in English first, then translate to Spanish. It took so much time and made conversations feel really difficult.
Exactly. And that's the problem we want to solve today. Before we jump in, I want to introduce our language coach, Marcus. Marcus, welcome to the podcast.
Thanks, Emily. I'm happy to be here. Throughout today's episode, I'll share some practical tips and strategies to help you break this translation habit. It's not easy, but it's absolutely possible.
Wonderful. So let's start with the first question. Why do we translate in our heads in the first place?
That's a great question. I think it happens because we want to be perfect. We think if we translate carefully, we won't make mistakes.
That's true. We're afraid of saying something wrong. But here's the interesting thing. When you translate in your head, you actually make more mistakes because you're focused on the translation, not the communication.
Oh, that makes so much sense. So by trying to be perfect, we actually make things worse.
Exactly. And translation takes time. When you're talking with someone, they don't want to wait while you translate in your head. They want to have a real conversation.
That's absolutely right, Emily. Let me explain something important. When you translate, you're using two languages at the same time. Your brain gets confused. It has to work very hard. But when you think directly in English, your brain can work faster and easier. So how do we stop translating? What's the first step? The first step is awareness. You need to notice when you're translating. Pay attention to your thoughts. Do you hear your native language in your head? If yes, you're probably translating.
That's really helpful advice. So we need to catch ourselves in the moment.
And then what? After we notice it, what do we do? After you notice, you need to change your approach. Instead of translating, try to think about the meaning. Think about the idea, not the words.
Can you give us an example? Maybe that will help our listeners understand better.
Sure. Let's say you want to say you're hungry. Don't translate word for word from your language. Instead, think about the feeling. Think about what hungry means. Then use the English word you know. I'm hungry. Simple, right? Oh, I see. So we're skipping the translation step completely and going straight to English.
Exactly. And this takes practice. You won't get it perfect right away. But every time you practice, your brain gets better at thinking directly in English.
That's very true. I want to share another important strategy. When you're learning new words, don't just memorize translations. Instead, memorize situations and feelings connected to the word. Interesting. Can you explain that more? Of course. Let's take the word happy. Don't just remember happy equals your word in your language. Instead, remember a time when you felt happy. Picture the situation, feel the emotion, connect that feeling to the word happy.
That's brilliant. So you're creating a direct connection between the word and the feeling or situation.
That makes so much sense. When you do that, translation isn't necessary anymore.
Right. The word means something to you directly in English. Now, let's talk about speaking practice. How can our listeners practice thinking in English?
Talk to yourself? You mean like having a conversation with yourself?
Yes, exactly. Describe what you're doing right now. Say it out loud in English. For example, I'm making coffee. I'm pouring water into the cup. I'm adding sugar. This is simple, but very effective.
I love that idea. It's like narrating your day in English.
And when you do this, you're not translating from another language. You're just speaking English directly.
Exactly right. Your brain learns to think in English naturally. This is how children learn their first language. They don't translate, they just speak and learn from experience.
That's such a good point. We want to learn like native speakers do, not like machines that translate.
So if I'm struggling in a real conversation, what should I do?
That's an excellent question. In real conversations, don't worry about perfection. Just try to communicate the main idea. Use simple words you know. Use gestures. Use examples. Make the other person understand your meaning.
Yes, communication is more important than perfection.
But what if I make a mistake? Is that okay?
Mistakes are wonderful. They're the best teachers. Every mistake teaches your brain something new. Native speakers make mistakes too. Nobody is perfect.
That's so important for our listeners to hear. Mistakes are not failures, they're learning opportunities.
Okay, so we need to practice thinking directly in English. We need to accept mistakes. What else helps?
Another thing is listening. Listen to English every day. Listen to podcasts, music, movies, anything you enjoy. When you listen, you hear how native speakers think and speak. Your brain absorbs this naturally.
And the more you listen, the more you start thinking in that way yourself.
It's like your brain is copying the patterns it hears.
That's right. Your brain is very smart. It learns patterns without you even trying. This is called acquired knowledge, and acquired knowledge is stronger than translated knowledge.
So listening is really important for breaking the translation habit.
How long does it take before you stop translating automatically?
That depends on many things: how much you practice, how often you use English, how much you listen. But I'd say most people need 3 to 6 months of consistent practice to really see big changes.
So it's not immediate, but it's definitely achievable.
That's good to know. It helps to have realistic expectations.
Exactly. And here's something important. You'll notice your brain gets faster even before you stop translating completely. You'll notice you can think and speak more quickly. That's progress.
That's a great way to measure progress. Even small improvements are worth celebrating.
Now let's talk about specific techniques. Are there any exercises we can do daily?
Yes, here's an exercise I love. Record yourself speaking English for 2 minutes. Talk about anything: your day, your feelings, your plans. Then listen to the recording.
And what does listening to the recording help with?
It helps you notice your patterns. You'll hear where you pause and translate. You'll notice your mistakes. And you'll hear how much you improve over time. Recording yourself is like a mirror for your English.
That's really clever. You can see your own progress.
Are there other daily exercises?
Yes, here's another one. Read English every day. Read news, books, social media, anything. Don't look up every word. Try to understand from context. This trains your brain to think in English without translation. So we're training our brain to guess and understand without translating every single word. Exactly. In real English, native speakers understand most things from context. They don't look up every word either. Reading helps you learn this skill.
What about watching English movies or shows?
Excellent activity. Watch without subtitles in your language. Use English subtitles if you need them. This trains your ear and your brain to process English directly without translation. I've heard that watching shows is one of the most fun ways to learn. It really is, and because it's fun, you'll do it more often. Consistency is the most important thing. 20 minutes every day is better than 3 hours once a week.
That's really important advice. Small, consistent habits beat big, occasional efforts.
So let's say someone is ready to make this change. What's the first step they should take today? The first step is decision. Decide right now that you're going to think differently about learning. Decide that translation is not helping you anymore. This mental shift is powerful.
I love that. It starts with a decision.
And after the decision? Then pick one exercise, just one. Start with talking to yourself. Do it for 5 minutes today. That's all. Tomorrow, do it again. Build the habit slowly.
Don't try to do everything at once.
That makes sense. It's easier to build one habit than to change everything immediately. Exactly. Progress over perfection. Every day you do this, you're building new neural pathways in your brain. You're training your brain to think in English. This is real change.
That's so encouraging. Marcus, do you have any final words of wisdom for our listeners?
Yes. Remember that translation feels safe. It feels like you're being careful, but it actually holds you back. Being brave enough to speak without translating is scary, but necessary. And I promise you, your English will improve faster than ever before. That's beautiful. Thank you so much, Marcus. This has been really helpful.
Yes, thank you. Now, as we wrap up, I want to remind everyone of what we discussed today. Stop translating in your head. Think directly in English. Practice talking to yourself. Listen to English every day. Read without translating every word. Watch shows and movies.
And most importantly, be patient with yourself. This is a journey, not a race.
Exactly. Your brain is incredible. Give it time to adjust, give it chances to learn, and celebrate every small victory along the way.
Thank you all for listening to the Small Talk podcast. We hope today's episode gave you new strategies and real hope for your English journey.
Don't forget to try at least one exercise today. Start talking to yourself in English. Your future self will thank you. Until next time, keep speaking and keep learning.
Take care, everyone, and remember, you're stronger than you think.